Welcome to the Daily Devo. My name is Alec, and today we're talking all about an open invite. Think about the last time you were hanging out with a friend or a family member and you both had a fantastic time in the fellowship that you shared together, whether that was grabbing coffee together or sharing a meal, and a conversation closed with, "Hey man, the door's always open." I don't know how that makes you feel, but for me, that makes me feel warm and fuzzy. Feeling like, wow, no matter what, I will always have a place there and I'm welcome to come as myself. I hope you and I can be that open invite for others in our lives, but what is incredible is our Heavenly Father welcomes us with open arms, regardless of the circumstances, and looks at us no different and wants to be in a relationship with you and I. Today, our verse is found in Mark chapter 5, verse 30. Let's read. Jesus had realized at once that healing power had gone out from him, so he turned around in the crowd and asked, "Who touched my robe?" Okay, so for some context in these verses before 30, we are told there is a woman in the crowd that had been suffering from 12 years of constant bleeding. We are also cued in that she had faith that if she could just even touch the robe of Jesus, that she would be healed. And sure enough, it worked, a miraculous healing. Now, let us not forget in this quick moment, Jesus is walking and he feels the power leave him and he turns around to see who touched his robe, to maybe find the person who reached out. Let's face it, he already knows who did it, but I believe he was up to something more special than that at this very moment. As Jesus turns to ask, they are in the midst of this incredibly busy crowd, and his own disciples tell him, "How can you ask that right now? Look at this crowd around us." His disciples thought he was crazy for seeking out the one single person in the midst of this chaos. But isn't that how we feel every day? The fact that we have a God that reaches out in our worst seasons, our lowest moments, the times where we feel like we have been told we are unlovable, we are unwanted, and he says, "My son, my daughter, I see you." We believe in a God that has an open invite 24/7, 365, and a heart of never-ending love for us. Once Jesus found the woman in the crowd, he went to her and said, "Daughter, your faith has made you well. Go in peace. Your suffering is over." Today, would you reflect upon this story? Would you be reminded of God's open arms and be encouraged that your God sees you and he knows you? Thanks for joining us on the Daily Devo.